Hi everyone, so if you see my hair and it's stayed, let's just leave it alone because I can't be bothered to make it nice and pretend that everything's okay, but everything is okay, but I'm not in the mood to doll up, and that's reality. And I don't want to keep presenting this image on my channel where you have to be a certain way every time you get ready or whatever. But yeah, I am not in a great mood, and it doesn't help that when I woke up many things went wrong, and even as I was wearing my dress I got stuck. Anyway, that's not what this review is about, but today I'll be reviewing the Play 101 stick collection from Etude House. These three products. I got the foundation in 04, the blush stick in 12, as well as the contour duo. Yep, I will be doing a East versus West dupes video on this and the next one shortly, but yeah, you can see how this performs on its own today. So these are empty boxes, but I have the products right here. Foundation stick, this is how it looks like. The blush stick, as well as the contour stick. Okay, I should stop doing that. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Okay. Let's get into it. So I just cleansed my face briefly. I'm just gonna apply primer on like this half of my face. I'm using the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer. It's to soothe and pore cover. So I put primer on this side. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be doing one of those reviews on the foundation stick where I use two different application methods just because I'm doing a holistic collection review, but I will be using a dual fiber brush to just blend it into the skin. So dual fiber brush. This is from e.l.f. It's the small stippling brush. Let's just see how it covers. This is how it looks like. I'm pleasantly surprised that this one isn't too light in shade. It actually looks to match me pretty well. I am going to apply it on the prime side. It's applying very creamy. It's like similar, I don't want to say too soon that it's similar to the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick because that I really love, but I find this one to be very emollient the moment it comes out. The Makeup Forever one tugs on the skin a little more, so I know that's going to be really creamy and it sticks to the skin. So this is how it looks like from afar, and basically what I have to say about this foundation is I think it's mostly neutral at this point because I haven't had too much a good experience with Etude House foundations. I tried the Real Powder one that should be up now, and I didn't really like that just because it's supposed to be a powder, and therefore with the formula it had, it became very coagulated and it separated quite a bit, and I had to retouch up a lot, so yeah, that wasn't too great. But at the moment this is it looks quite natural, looks quite skin-like, but at the same time I'm thinking that it's looking a bit dry, if that makes sense. It's it's not very hydrating. So like on my dry spot that is really accentuated, it looks like it's a dry flaky spot, and the rest of my face doesn't look overly dewy or hydrated. It actually looks kind of flat, and yeah, I can see the texture on my skin, which isn't too good. But yeah, overall I just think that the coverage of the stick with that minimal amount of product, it gives about a solid medium, a high medium coverage. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So I will just do a little bit of concealer work, I'll do my brows, and then when I get back to the contouring stick and blush stick, I'll get back to you. So yeah, I just finished my eyes, and moving on to the contour stick. It looks like that, with end with like a slightly whiter cream product and a slightly darker one. So let's use the darker one. Okay, likewise the texture is the same as the foundation. By the way, I blend it down because if you look straight ahead, my contour shouldn't go into the cheeks. I learned this from Goss on YouTube. Anyway, I'll leave that link below. The best line for me to contour or chisel out is actually this, up till my jawline. So it explains why I'm bringing it down here. It's actually less harsh than it looks on camera in person. So that's how the contouring stick look. I think just a few points, 3 mainly. The stick itself is pretty blendable. I think it's not one of those in the market that's extremely creamy and it blends away really easily. This one you do have to work on it a bit, and I think a dual fiber brush is the best way to blend it out. Another thing is that the shade of the crayon, of the contouring one specifically, is not too warm, so it's a little bit more ashy, but it's still in the brown department, so it's great for contouring, which I like. Another thing is that will shift your foundation base. I say that because I think the formula is pretty stiff, so when you do blend it excessively it will shift your foundation. So that is one thing to note if you have acne scarring, or you know, you like to contour but you don't like lesser coverage with your foundation, you want your foundation to still remain full coverage. This will shift your foundation base a bit, so if you're okay letting your imperfections shine through, then yeah, like me, I just don't give a shit. But that's just 3 things I can think of at the moment. If you want to see my full consolidated thoughts, check the description box for my blog post. And yeah, just moving on quickly to the blush stick. It looks like that, similar to the foundation stick. So yeah, that's how the blush looks like. It's really pretty. I think this one is like a very nice peachy pink color that suits yellow undertone skin tone really well. This gives me a very sun-kissed and tan vibe. for the summer, and I really like it. I might have over blended it a bit higher up the cheek area, but that can be rectified by putting a bit of foundation. So yeah, one thing to note is that I'm not using concealer, I just used the foundation stick, and that gave me a very solid medium to full coverage. So yeah, I really like it. Do you guys like it? So yeah, I'm just gonna do my lips and get back to you on my final thoughts. That's everything on, and I didn't set it with powder, but I'll basically show you pictures of how it looks like after, I suppose, but generally I don't do that for my brand focus videos. But yeah, this is how everything looks like. As you can see, it's really, I wouldn't say natural, it looks like you're wearing makeup, but I think the transitions between the contour to the blush and the foundation makes it look very seamless, and I'm not sure if that's attributed to the fact that I'm using all products from the same line. That's why it looks really like cohesive together, and I'm sure they intended for all products to be used together very cohesively, but using it on top of another brand or another type of foundation or another cream product, I'm not sure how it will hold up. But basically all together, the Play 101 sticks work very well together. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, and if you want to see true to color pictures and my final thoughts, in-depth thoughts on this whole line, I'll be using it throughout the week, then do check out the blog post below, and if not, then just stick around, subscribe, and like this video if you do like reviews. And with that, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!